Spider-Man has had his fair share of games, and he has had some really good ones. For the longest time, Spider-Man was my favorite character, and I have played a few of these games. Many people have their own favorites. Some prefer Spider-Man 2.
Pizzas that need delivering, and you are late, like always. You're the only delivery boy here right now, too, so you must deliver everything. Don't be late.
I won't let you down, Mr. Aziz.
Some prefer Spider-Man 2. Some say the PlayStation 4 game is the pinnacle of Spider-Man games. Some say Web of Shadows. Not that one. But for me, the best Spider-Man game has always been the short little game from the year 2005 called Ultimate Spider-Man, developed by Treyarch before they were subjugated to only making Call of Duties by the mighty Activision. This game takes place in the Ultimate timeline, a different universe from the original 616. It takes place 3 months after the events of the Ultimate Venom arc, which is Ultimate Spider-Man issue 33 to 38. The game also used to be canon till the comics decanonized it during the War of the Symbiotes arc. Now I started reading Ultimate Spider-Man a very long time ago, but I only completed it recently. It was a good run, but I played this game without knowing anything about the Ultimate Universe and understood the plotline fine. As long as you know the basics of Spider-Man, you won't feel lost at all. I think the highlight of this game is the visuals. I think the game looks amazing. To this day, the cel-shaded art style is magnificent, and it looks like it got ripped straight out of a comic book. This is probably my favorite looking superhero game of all time. The character models look straight out of the comic book, but I have an issue with the city. I think the city looks a bit bland during the daytime. It feels empty and doesn't have that oomph, which it really has the night. In the night, it looks amazing. It has amazing colors, the city lights pop, and it just looks beautiful. And even the loading screens are comic book issues. This game oozes out personality. Unlike... The game starts with a flashback with Peter having the black suit and him explaining about how Eddie got his hands on it. The first thing you do in the game is fight Venom on a high school football field on a rainy night. The game starts off with the boss fight as a tutorial. Pete moves the fight from the football field to the street. He weakens him, takes off while the cops capture Venom. Then we move in 3 months later. Mary Jane has to fix the suit, so you jump to collect the suit.
It's me, the amazing jumping man!
And then you stop Shocker, who is in the process of robbing the bank. This boss might be the hardest of all time. Now let's talk about the gameplay a bit. For me, the most important thing in an open world Spider-Man game is the traversal. How fun is it to move around in the city? And I like it. The swinging is pretty basic, but still fun. There's a jump button, and if you press that button longer, you do a long jump. And if you press it again, you can do a double jump. The web swinging is pretty simple. You press the button to swing and release the button to leave the web. You can even climb the web, and you can also swing faster. You can web zip to reach vantage points faster, and you can wall run and wall eject. And this swinging also doesn't feel scripted, unlike the Insomniac games. Now I like those games a lot, but the swinging in those games never really had a learning curve. It felt a bit like it was going on autopilot. And Insomniac, please add web climbing and fix the wall crawling. A game from 2005 held the first Spider-Man game on the PlayStation 1 did it better. The open world in the game is good. It's nothing really groundbreaking, but it has some stuff you can do. There are places like Queens where you can't really swing much, but since the map is small, it's easy to get around. And during night, like I mentioned before, it looks gorgeous. There are random city events you can do, like stopping a robbery, beating Shocker randomly in the open world, stopping a car and all that stuff. There are even challenges like races where you gotta swing through those red orbs and to get to the end of the level. After doing a lot of them, you can even race Johnny Storm from the Fantastic Four. There are even combat challenges where you guess it, you fight some dudes. There are also like brand new comic books and tokens scattered around the open world. You have to do some of these to unlock a new story mission, but they never really get tedious since you can do most of them on the way, and it never really took from the experience because I didn't spend more than 10 minutes on these before I could unlock the next story mission and continue the story. The combat in this game is very simple. You can punch and kick and chain them all together. You start out with 3 consecutive attacks and it moves on later to 5. You can also use your webs in combat to web up enemies, throw them around, hang them on light posts and all that stuff. You can even attack from the walls. You do have to web up enemies after knocking them down to fully beat them, otherwise they will get back up after a few seconds. Well, there's even a spider sense in this game, but there's no real dodge button, so you just gotta press the jump button to avoid attacks, which is a little weird. Now, it's nothing deep or crazy, but it does suffice. Since the game is short, you can complete this main story in under 5 hours. After beating Shocker, we continue and it switches up to Venom, and then we see Venom T-posing before we play as him. This is one of the main reasons why I love this game. You can play as both Spider-Man and Venom, and I fucking love Venom. Venom's gameplay is just Spider-Man's gameplay on steroids. Every single step you take just shakes the camera a bit with a sick sound effect when you walk. Now, since you're Venom, you can pick people up, either crush them, throw them, or break their back. You can even throw cars. And since you can't web swing, you take huge leaps to travel. You can still web zip though. Your heavy attacks are these massive tentacles, okay, I'll say tendrils. And as Venom, your health goes down all the time. So what you gotta do is survive. That's right, you consume them. Now, consuming enemies doesn't really give you much health, but consuming civilians does. In general, it heals you up fully. You just feel powerful as Venom. After going through the city, Venom enters a bar and sees Wolverine. and then a boss fight commences. The boss is pretty easy, to be honest. The first phase, you beat him up in the bar, and the second fight, you fight him in a dojo. Insomniac, we know the Wolverine game is taking place in this universe. Could we have a Venom Wolverine fight in the game, but playing as Wolverine this time? After beating Wolverine, the game transitions to Peter Parker, and the transition itself is sick as hell. In general, all the transitions are awesome. And now we move on to Rhino attacking the city. MJ tells Peter to go on, so he goes there to stop him. And the first thing you do is you gotta chase the boss and save some random civilians. On the way you fight the boss, and this is generally the formula for all the boss fights. You chase almost every single boss in the game, and they're all really fun and cool. The first thing is make Rhino punch the cement, and then drop him with a wrecking ball into some explosives. Then you move on to the fight in the parking lot. When he's free, you jump on his back and hit it. After you beat him, you find out the suit was created by Trask. Peter then gets a headache since Venom was nearby, and after this, the game switches back to Venom. Silver Sable stalks him, and Venom beats up her henchman and then dips. Then it switches back to Spider-Man, and we fight Venom on the rooftop. He has the same moves as you have, and you fight just like you play him. And since Venom gives Peter a headache, you can't really stay too close to him, otherwise Peter will be stunned. After beating him, Venom tries to consume you. Silver Sable comes in and captures Venom. Parker goes home and tells MJ about the suit and checks his blood to see a part of the suit that is still in it. Eddie is then at Trask's facility and they want to test the suit. For testing the suit, they brought in Electro, and then Eddie breaks free and then he goes out to chase Electro. After chasing him to Times Square, you go face him. But Spider-Man is there and gets knocked out. Then the Venom vs Electro fight commences. And you gotta protect Peter. The first phase is really simple, you just wail on him and then knock him out. The second phase is really cool though. Electro absorbs the billboard and then becomes blue, and now he can use the billboards to regenerate his life. So you have to throw cars to destroy those billboards so he can regenerate to max life. After the fight, Venom tries to go for Peter and then Nick Fury comes in and saves him. Peter then gets really pissed off at Nick. And then we see Beetle go in to free the Green Goblin. While leaving, Spider-Man follows him. Another chase mission. During the chase, he retrieves Sandman, and then we fight on a construction site. The fight itself is nothing crazy. Get his health down to half his health, and he leaves.
When he was there, Spider-Man, I felt good. I felt good. I felt good. I felt good. I felt good.
They want to use Eddie to get to Peter.
And he'll come to you, of his own free will.
Oh, I don't think we have to worry about that.
What the hell are you doing?
Hey, everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Eddie then frees himself and then fights Silver Sable. After beating Silver Sable, Venom escapes from her men. This section was fucking sick, destroying the helicopters and shit. It's just fucking badass. Venom successfully escapes, and then Nick Fury calls up Peter and tells him to back off because he doesn't want Peter to go to the library. Peter goes to the library anyway, and then we see the Green Goblin jump out and we chase him. As a kid, I did struggle against him, but it was a lot easier than I remember. The first phase is pretty simple. You wait for his fire to go off, then damage him. The second phase is the same but inside the building, and then he also has a slam attack. After beating him, he leaves. Meanwhile, Venom encounters Beetle and then a chase. And then a new boss fight begins in the warehouse. The first phase is simple. You beat him, and when he flies, you throw stuff on him. The second phase limits the arena with the force field, and there are pits you shouldn't fall inside. After beating him, Venom leaves, and we see this awesome shot. The next day, Sable takes out Peter and kidnaps him and uses tranquilizers. The next boss fight is against Sable and her crew without any web shooters. After beating her and the gods, an accident happened. They both proceed to save the civilians, and after saving them, she tries to knock him out, and then Venom gets to her and drags her away from Spider-Man. Spider-Man chases Venom, and then the boss fight happens. After beating Venom, Spidey gets knocked out due to all the tranq shots. And then it cuts off to Carnage, who is Peter, and a boss fight commences. Venom vs Carnage. Carnage has two phases. The first phase he can't heal. The second phase he moves to another room and you have to follow him. He heals himself during this time. Then you beat Carnage one in a room, and after this they show us how Peter became Carnage. After beating Carnage, Venom consumes Carnage and then he says that he has full control. And then he goes for Trask. Peter reaches Trask before Venom does and asks about his dad. Trask gives him some documents and Venom comes barging in. Trask tries to escape to the helicopter and Sable does not interfere because her contract ended. She then reveals Trask can't fly and Venom screams his name in a gut-wrenching way. and the final fight begins. Yes, the final fight is on a helipad on top of a raining roof, Venom vs. Spider-Man, with some kick-ass music. And yes, it's fucking awesome. I just want to deviate and talk a bit about the music. I think the music in this game is amazing. I think it's one of the most coolest soundtracks of all time. I enjoy listening to it while reading comics as well, and in general, it's just great. The Venom boss fight is also pretty simple. You just beat him. There's nothing really else to it. It's just like a final 1v1 fight. After giving Venom a badass combo, we win and beat the game with the Peter learns about his dad and mom, and Eddie has gone off. Then we see later that he killed Trask while he was in prison. Peter then talks about how he's worried that Eddie is free and out and about, and it ends on this iconic shot. What a fucking game. After beating the game, you can explore the open world, do challenges you have missed, collect tokens and comic book panels. When you're playing as Venom, you can wreak havoc in the open world, and it's sort of like a score system. It's fun to do, but that's basically it. The game does not have really any glaring flaws that I can think of, except for the camera that can be a bit annoying at times. But it didn't really make me want to switch off the game or anything. The boss fights were all a lot of fun, but they were nothing really challenging. They were also a bit too easy, and the chases were really fun. I think they were arguably one of the best parts of the game, and I would like more in the other Spider-Man games. And the music, like I mentioned before, is great. There was supposed to be a sequel, but it was scrapped. It would have been the Death of a Goblin arc, but since it got cancelled, we got that in the book anyway. I like this game a lot, and I wish it was on modern devices. A remaster would be really nice to have. If you can play this game, play it. It's short, but it's a really fun time, and that's all you really need for a game.
I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, do all that stuff, and I'll see you guys next time.